Take two. Um, so the NASCAR drama still has not stopped, even in the off season. And now we're like a month and I don't know how many days now, but so 39 days until Daytona. Um, silly season keeps getting a little crazier. Today, news broke that Johnny Sutter got I guess booted from GMS and no longer has a ride, and it's rumored that Brett Moffitt will be driving the 21 this season for GMS. Um, Ross Chastain lost his ride because of DC Solar's like owner or whatever house like office or house got raided, and now he's out of a ride, and the team shut down the whole Xfinity program completely, and which is unfortunate because Chastain deserved that ride, so he got screwed out of that. Um, but the real tea here that people can't seem to stop talking about is Daniel Suarez going into the 41 car for Stewart Haas Racing. You can see my concern on my face. A lot of fans are not too thrilled about this because I think it's just a waste of a seat for someone who doesn't deserve it. People are like, oh, why do you think he's not deserving? It's because he's Mexican. I'm like, are you people this stupid? I'm sorry. I didn't realize that I had an opinion based on like facts of his first two seasons in Cup. Did you watch at all? Focus on like the fact that he has four total top five finishes, has not finished in barely finished in the top 20 or outside the top 20 in points overall with a top team in Joe Gibbs Racing. Only because Edwards bailed out of NASCAR. That's the only reason he got that ride. And based on him having the same sponsorship with like that Eris or whatever the hell it's called, that orange car, really orange car. So had a top tier car, great equipment, did jack shit with it. Only earned the pole position because someone else failed inspection after qualifying and he was just handed the pole. He didn't earn it, so another handoff to him. This has nothing to do with race or where he's from, so haters need to back off. I'm not a hater, I just don't think he's that deserving of another top tier ride when he's not going to do anything with it. We all know Kurt used to drive the 41. Very good. He was good in the 41. He won the Daytona 500 in that car. So he won several races in that car. I don't see that happening with Suarez. Suarez is not even average. He's below average. People may hate me for this video, but I really don't care. The kid's like the same age. The guy's the same age as me. Officially now. I know he won the Xfinity Championship, whoop-de-doo for him, but that's the Xfinity Series. The Cup Series is a whole different goddamn story. Different monster. Literally, different monster in the Monster Energy Series. I don't see why people are accusing others just don't agree with the decision that it has everything to do with race. Like, I'm sorry, do I really give a shit where he's from? No. Do I give a shit where any driver is from? No. If they perform well and like or actually give two shits about trying to contend for wins and putting some effort into making their team better or cars better or whatnot, then I'll root for them. I'll be like, go you. But I can't get behind Suarez when people are just going to accuse me of thinking I only dislike this decision based on his nationality, his race, whatever, and where he's from. Do you think I care? No. I am all about the racing. You can be from Mars and I don't care. As long as you put in some kind of effort and not get handouts, then I'll be okay. Also, not also, but continuing on the subject, it really just irritates me when people accuse people of that the stupidity. Like the site today is always like so quick to think, oh, all it has to do with this is because he's Mexican. I'm like, do you think I care that he's Mexican? There's plenty of racers that are from like all walks of life. If we see just a better racer, then I would root for him, but he's literally below average driver. Literally. He has yet to show me that he deserves any top tier ride. The fact that they're wasting, honestly, I think they're wasting their time and money on someone who has not even come close to winning a race. I know it's like 2 years in, but people are doing like, oh, the what was me thing, like, oh, just give him time. But when it came to like the chase or something like that, or someone else, it's always like, why haven't you won yet? Da 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 da. It's so crucial that you win, but with Suarez, it's like, oh, take your time. It's okay. Take all the time you need. It's like you're in top tier quality championship equipment. Carl Edwards was in that car going for a championship in 2016. Fails before the 2017 season. Suarez gets the ride and it goes down the shithole. Just saying. Now I want to go back to Chase and people still shitting on his fans for God knows what reason and shitting on him. They post like one thing on like NASCAR NBC or whatever, Instagram or whatever, about Cars 3 or whatever. One of the Cars movies, and I guess because it's like a slow time with no racing and whatnot. The very first comment is like, must have gotten this special Chase Elliott treatment. And I'm like, what treatment would that be? Because he's never gotten special treatment. Never gotten special treatment. The post was not even remotely about him, and someone had the nerve to make a stupid comment and complain about him. Like, it's funny, these people call us Chase fans crazy, but they're the ones complaining and whining over one post that isn't about him, or one post that they put on their Instagram like one day, like one post one day, and they're shoving this kid down our throats and blah blah blah. They're so biased. I'm like, I'm sorry, it's just one post and you're bitching about it. You call us crazy? You're like the same way with Dale Jr. Like they post something about him, and it's like, oh my God, stop posting about him. Oh my God, he's irrelevant right now. I'm like, I'm pretty sure he's not, because he's part of the sport still. And yes, Chase is most popular driver, but they don't post about him every single goddamn day of the off season or of the season itself. They like last like in November or something like that. They post about him like what, 1, 2 times maybe, 3 at most the entire month, and they're like, oh my god, stop shoving him down our throats like every single day with this kid. Pretty sure they didn't. So even when they don't post about him, they still talk about him, and yet they're still so concerned about him and his fans. So you call us crazy? But still, this post was about people losing rides, gaining rides, whatnot, and who's deserving, who's not deserving. And they keep shoving like the Truex thing down our throats, like he's in the 19 now. People are like, oh, he's gonna win the championship. He's gonna do this. He's literally in the same equipment, like Toyota and whatnot, JGR. Furniture Row Racing was basically JGR equipment, just saying. And they're like, he's gonna go to the Final Four. How many wins he's gonna do? And da 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 da. And I'm like, realize the 19 has not been competitive in 2 years. 2 years. It's not gonna change just because another driver steps into the car. I'm just saying. It's just a team full of giant crybabies. JGR is just nothing but a bunch of crybabies who don't give a shit about anyone but themselves. The reason I root for Hendrick is because they actually treat each other like family. They help each other, and they don't whine. They don't complain. They take like responsibility for their actions. JGR doesn't. It's like a shit show over there. I know Hendrick had not performed up to their standards, but they're gonna get back to those ways very soon. Hopefully this season will be a lot different than last year. So with Ford kind of being out of the mix with the Mustang and all that, I think it's just going to be a battle between Chevy and Toyota, to be perfectly honest. Just not the 19 because they have not been competitive in years. So that was just my rant for the day on. People are whining and complaining about it's all these people who get these rides it's all about money, and it's not no driver that goes into these rides are talented and this and that. It's all just about the money. I'm like, realize any sport is based around money, especially in racing. If you don't have the funding, but you can have all the talent in the world, but if you don't have the funding or the sponsorship, whatever, you don't get a ride. That's just the thing. It's not Ross Chastain's fault he has no ride. It's DC Solar not paying their goddamn taxes. Now he's screwed out of a ride. Johnny Sauter got basically pulled from GMS for God knows what reason. And now Brett Moffitt's going to go into that ride after getting basically booted from the 16 after winning the championship. And people are whining about that too. So, it's a crap shoot all around with fans saying like some drivers don't deserve these rides because it's all based around their money and they don't deserve it because they have no talent. I'm like, dude, people, any driver that get into these cars have the talent. God forbid they bring the funding too. It's not that difficult, like, to understand. People, when Noah got announced that he was gonna be with JRM this year in Xfinity Series, some people were like up in arms and saying this kid is not talented and it doesn't deserve the ride. It was just all based on sponsorship. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but did this kid win a couple races with KBM? Basically, was the fastest truck almost every single week. Yeah, he didn't win much, but he was one of the fastest trucks every single week. As a bunch of poles most of the season. JRM has been looking at this kid for who knows how long, and no, he's super talented, wins in everything he runs in. He won Snowball Derby and was in contention for the championship last year for the Truck Series and just came up one spot short. How do you not say he's not talented? Just because you don't like him doesn't mean he's not talented. You can say what you want, but doesn't mean that what you say is true. Whatever people say about Chase is not true. Whatever people say about Noah is not true. So, I'm over my time. I will continue this another time when I'm not about to blow my lid with stupidity of some people. Peace.